Welcome to Flavor Text, an extension of the Max Level podcast brought to you by Amazon. Use our affiliate link in the description below to directly support Level Down Games. Be sure to subscribe to the Max Level podcast on your podcast app of choice to hear a new episode every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern. On today's episode of Flavor Text, the crew takes the recent surprise shadow drop in Tetris 99 and ponders what other unconventional IPs or genres could transition just as well into the Battle Royale scene. Support us by clicking that subscribe button, hit the like, turn notifications on, and drop us a comment down below. So this week on Flavor Text, I think we need to capitalize on this whole what really is a Battle Royale now. So if you didn't listen to myself, Kyle, and Sean talk about Tetris 99 this past week on the Max Level podcast, go look it up. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast from. Apple Podcasts.
Frank was there in spirit.
I guess Apple Podcasts is the name. And yes, Frank was there in spirit. But go ahead and seek out that episode 83, and really listen to us talk about Tetris 99 and our love for the game. So before we move on, Frank, I want to get your thoughts on Tetris 99 and how this transitioned into the Battle Royale genre, because you didn't get a chance to talk about it on Max Level. So I want to get your initial opinions on it right now.
I really am liking this. I've always liked playing Tetris against another person, the whole stacking of blocks thing. So they did it really well. You're not being constantly inundated by every single person. It's kind of like a built-up gauge meter. It's really pretty cool. I've been doing really well. The best game I ever played so far. I got to third place, and I would have won if it weren't for the fact that I was being called by Brian. Yeah. Because in my mind, it's just a video game. I could stop to pause a video game and talk to Brian. It's a video game. It's not that important, but it was a live deal. So
I screwed that one up for you.
Totally threw it off for me, but I don't blame you. I was a little angry at you at first, but
I had good news at least.
He had great news, so I wasn't so mad. But oh man, yeah. But I think this is the perfect kind of game to make a quote unquote battle royale out of.
Yeah. It's something that I can be good at, because while I'm not a Tetris master like you are, I'm not terrible at Tetris either. Like, I'm consistently able to get into the top 20.
It's a strong single player experience.
It is
made harder by others around you. So you don't have a bunch of people just shooting at you. You don't have that.
Yeah. You don't have to be competitive. You don't have to always be on edge.
No, you're not, because no one is messing with your actual screen. No one's moving your pieces or.
Right. They're just adding to it by attacking you. And that's just done by getting Tetrises and stuff.
Yeah. And being good at the game. So it's a pretty good idea. And I think that this idea in general could work with a lot of other kinds of games.
Agreed, which is kind of what we're going to talk about here on Flavor Text this week, and see what other IPs and what other franchises or genres even could transcend into the Battle Royale type of formula. Because what I like about Tetris 99 does is it gives you the option at the top of the screen, just use your right control stick. You can attack random people. You can attack people that are currently attacking you. You can attack people that are building up badges fastly, or you can go for knockouts and get, like the points or whatever to quickly level up your character. So they give you these different ways, and you can't directly target somebody. You're never directly targeting one individual person. So, they don't let you gang up on somebody, so to speak, or the only way to gang up on somebody is to go after someone that's getting a ton of badges quickly. And those people that have their attack set to go for badges are going to start piling up and dumping on the people that are, that are actually doing well. And I've watched a lot of people play Tetris 99 on Twitch over the past couple of days since the Nintendo Direct. My favorite being Kyle Bossman from Easy Allies, because I really think, I know you're a Tetris master, but he is definitely a Tetris master as well, able to really get right in the same level of scores that Steve Wozniak did in the original Tetris. The dude is great. I
would love to play against some of the greats just to see. I would love to be able. There's no real way for me to gauge how good I am.
Right.
Obviously, maybe this game is saying top 3, but
for those particular 99 people, yes,
exactly. But I would love to, because I don't want to sound like a braggart, but I really am really, really good at this.
Right. So it's definitely, there's an in-game statistics that'll keep track, and you'll be able to see how many times you've won. So I guess you could take the average of well, how many games did I play? And how many games did I win, and find a percentage of actually how good you actually are. So you can kind of do that.
I've only played maybe 10 games. And I looked at almost every stat. There was oh, look at all the Tetrises he got. Look at all the, like, I almost always are stacking them as Tetrises. So.
Right, which is really cool. So let's take that now, and I'm sure if you'll probably talk about this game more next week on the Max Level podcast. I'm assuming it's going to be one of the main games you mention. So we'll have a lot more to say on that on our actual show. So tune in for that. But I now want to do something fun and really think of some other IPs and franchises that could transcend the mold, so to speak, and go into the Battle Royale area. And if you didn't listen to the podcast last week, one of the ones that I actually mentioned that I think would do really well is a Demolition Derby style game. I think you have, you make this big open area, this big arena, you fit 99 cars in there or 100 cars, and you just go at it, man. You just try to knock each other out, and your cosmetics, you can actually purchase upgrades for your car, not upgrades, so to speak, but different ways to make your car look, or different car frames in general. And you can add paint to them in different colors and stickers and whatever. And then you're able to so in Fortnite and Apex Legends, the whole point of the game is to drop in and you find loot. In Tetris 99, Kyle made a great point on the podcast this past week. You're finding your loot and that kind of stuff is really setting up your strategy and getting ready to dump, quote unquote, on people. And you know what I mean? Like that's how you're basically building up, and you're setting up your customization. So in a Demolition Derby style of Battle Royale, there could be, whether it's certain power-ups spread out throughout the, the stadiums that you would have to run over to get. I don't want to say you have to build up your car. Yeah.
Like reinforcements for, like put some wood or something around your car just so it's harder.
Correct. But I don't want to say that you would be able to upgrade your car after each match, because that's not what a Battle Royale is. A Battle Royale is meant to drop you in with bare bones nothing, and everything you find throughout that match is what you have. You can upgrade your level, but you can never upgrade your character or your car or your Tetris pieces, so to speak. So you would have to be able to find upgrades. So like I said, in a Battle Royale style game, and I'm sure these teams are smarter than I am, they could probably figure out a way to do this seamlessly. But I would just imagine these stadiums have to be like gigantic, seating 500,000 people coming to watch a local Demolition Derby, because you need like a mile big circle, so to speak. So I guess you could drive for a while and not really see anybody, but there has to be obstacles, I would think. And there would have to be ways to find these power-ups to exist in one match. But I think if done well, it's a game that I could really embrace, because I do like Demolition Derby style games. One of my favorites is on the Dreamcast, and I miss those style of games.
It could be like Twisted Metal without the weapons.
Right, which is another thing that Kyle actually mentioned on the show, having like a Twisted Metal game just without weapons. Or maybe you can get weapons. Now going back to like the Fortnite or Apex Legends, maybe you can find cannons or heat-seeking missiles or anything like that, again, littered throughout the map, to where you can put these on your car and then use that to attack people. So it is possible to do something like that.
But you have to get out of your car and install them first. This way,
that way you're vulnerable. So give me an idea, man. What else could transition to Battle Royales?
I mean, I was originally going to say Dr. Mario, but I think that's going to be more so the mobile game that's coming out soon.
And we have Tetris now, so I mean, that would just be basically like a copycat.
But I think Bomberman would actually work pretty well.
Ooh, Bomberman might do really well as a Battle Royale. Obviously, the latest entry, Super Bomberman R, I was not a fan of. But so what would you have? 99 different Bombermans all competing for like, I don't know, whatever you compete for in Bomberman.
A chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner. No, that'd be points, I think. Bomberman would be interesting. One thing that I actually thought might be fun to see as a Battle Royale is a big fighting franchise. So maybe Street Fighter Battle Royale. Do we want to let Capcom make another Street Fighter game? Well, just using Street Fighter in general. It could be Street Fighter. It could be Dead or Alive. It could be Soul Calibur. It could be Mortal Kombat. But just a fighting genre or fighting game trying to make a new game in the Battle Royale scene. So basically how I'm envisioning this is like I actually don't know how I'm envisioning this, but it would have to be isometric.
I was thinking maybe like a tower with levels and stuff. And like just so you start off on a random level, just start beating the crap out of people and work your way either up or down until you're the last man standing. Maybe, but then how would... And with the Battle Royale dynamic, the tower just keeps on pushing down. Or okay, so how I'm envisioning this now is you have a tower,
And that's actually something that I didn't think about for the Demolition Derby one. Like, what would be your collapsing ring? So I don't know. But so for this fighting game, Battle Royale, it has to be an even number. So it has to be like 100. And you have matches of 2. So you have 1-on-1. And so there's 50 matches going on. Whoever wins moves up. Whoever loses gets knocked down. And I guess you could do it to where wins the fastest would be like number 1, you know what I mean? Like whoever is able to get through their match victorious would be your 1 through 49. And whoever did it fastest would be your number 1. But then whoever lost, again, in the fastest match would be your number 50, and then you just so on and so forth. And then every 3 minutes, it takes out like the bottom 20. So you lose numbers 81 through 100 after 3 minutes. And you're constantly getting pitted against other people in that bracket that you're in, trying to move up or down. So you lose the bottom 20 and you lose, number 61 through 80 and then 41 through 60, so on and so forth until you have the final 20. And then the gameplay mechanics could change a little bit. I think these matches would last longer than like say a traditional Fortnite match or a traditional Apex Legends match. Tetris 99 moves really quick. Those matches do not last long, but Fortnite and Apex Legends tend to last a little bit longer. I think if a fighting game tried to transcend that and go into a Battle Royale mode, it would probably be the longest of all because of how many matches you have. And, you have 3 rounds and each round is like 90 seconds. So it's definitely, it would be interesting to say the least. It would be fun though. It'd be fun as hell.
Do you think you could ever do a JRPG Battle Royale, like a Final Fantasy-ish kind of thing, or?
The only way we would get that way is with like Dissidia.
It can't be turn-based. Like, that just wouldn't work,
that is one genre that I cannot picture being able to pull this off. I could see how, you could make. We already have a puzzle Battle Royale with Tetris 99. I was going to think of like another puzzle type of game.
I mean, all shooters work. Those are easy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something that isn't a traditional shooter. Or that's what I said. Like different games that fall under different genres that aren't already so prone to having a Battle Royale. That's why Call of Duty Blackout is doing so well, because it is a shooter. And I mean, it just transitions so well to a Battle Royale. But Tetris is something up until Tetris 99 was announced, I never would have thought of. So that's why I'm trying to think, like, now it's Street Fighter or another fighting game. I never would have thought of that. But now I am, because I'm trying to think of it. Or like a Demolition Derby racer. I never would have thought of that. I keep going back to racers. The only other one that I can really think of is like Mario Kart with the battle modes. I think could work in a battle royale type of setting with like balloons. Yeah. Which we kind of saw something like that with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There was a mode that, you were going up against like 10 or so other people, and it kind of felt like that. But now you just imagine 99 other people on one of those courses, and just the mayhem and the craziness that would just take place, I think would be fun to see. I'm having a hard time trying to think of other genres besides fighting games and racing games that I could picture becoming a battle royale. And maybe that's because that's literally it. Maybe that's as far as this type of imagination would stretch. And puzzle games.
Katamari Battle Royale.
How would it work?
Obviously you want to make the biggest Katamari, and if you're not bigger than the guy who's coming up next to you, he's probably going to roll you into his shebang. So
the object of the game would be you get dropped into a map as a Katamari, and you have to build it. You have to build it up, and you have to build yourself up. And you can take other people out by rolling over them, and you're able to take what they have and build yourself up even more. That's how it would work. I think that would do really well, actually. I think that actually would work perfectly. Now that you said that,
I would play the absolute shit out of that.
Yeah, it's just actually sitting here picturing that. I think Katamari might be the strongest choice we've had, and just like in terms of spitballing and things that we've mentioned, because it's not a copycat. Besides like Demolition Derby or Twisted Metal, which I think Sony should capitalize on and make a Twisted Metal Battle Royale. I think that would probably do pretty well for them. But it's not copying.
Can we reach out to Bandai Namco? Maybe get some credit on this one?
Probably not. But we're not copying a shooter. We're not copying Fortnite or Apex Legends. We're not copying a puzzle game with Tetris 99. We're not copying really anything that's been done. So you take Katamari And yeah, man, you have 99 other people in there trying to build up their balls, and you come up against you'll find somebody. And what's cool is like how I'm actually picturing this is like, you know, you're seeing your character and you're up there and you're doing things. But like as you build yourself up, you can see other people that are building themselves up as well, like kind of towering above the landscape. And you can go and either attack them or choose to try to avoid them and take out the smaller guys while building yourself up. But I think there would have to be like a limit to what you can do. There'd have to be a cap to how big you can make yourself. Otherwise, it would be no fun. So once you get, say you have like 5-6 people that reach the maximum size for building yourself up, then it would just become like trying to knock the other person into danger zones or whatever. You know what I mean? Like threats, like spiked walls, and trying to knock them out that way. So maybe
like if you're so big you can't get through certain gates, that's going to kind of stick you like.
Yeah. Okay. That would work. And then like you have these like, you know, dangerous obstacles throughout the maps, like these, you know, walls of spikes or lava or, you know, fire, whatever. And running over it would make you lose a certain percentage of your growth, so to speak. And you would maybe lose a couple cows or lose a couple trees that you picked up along the way. So yeah, this would work well. I like that. Katamari Battle Royale. What would we call it? Katamari 99. No. Katamari. I don't know.
We'll figure that one out. We're shopping this one out.
Katamari Brawl for All. WWE Battle Royale game. No, don't do it. Where you have to wear boxing gloves. And the ultimate winner is Butterbean. Even though he got knocked out. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think that we are potentially in an interesting time right now where a lot of studios are going to be thinking, okay, how can I capitalize on the Battle Royale market without making a copycat clone of Apex Legends or Fortnite or now Tetris 99? So we might actually see some interesting things pop up, trying to get a piece of that pie, so to speak, of the Battle Royale market while not actually releasing a shooter. So over the next year or two, we may see some interesting things pop up. And I'm excited for that.
And I will play each and every one of them.
Yeah, because Apex Legends, not my kind of game that I want to play, but holy crap, is that game fun to watch, dude. That game is really fun to watch. I've been watching Kyle play it a lot on his Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BruceDeduce. I think he's actually really good at it. And then I've been watching Shroud as well, who, it's funny because there are times when Shroud has more viewers watching him play Apex Legends than the entirety of the Fortnite game genre in general. So he had like 253,000 people watching him play Apex Legends the other day. Fortnite only had 127,000 total across all channels. So he had more viewers than the entirety of the Fortnite subgenre on Twitch. So
that's crazy.
I think Apex Legends is finally going to carve a big chunk of Fortnite's viewership and player base away. Ninja has been playing Apex Legends during the day. So
you cheating slut.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled to the news to see when something like a new Battle Royale type experience might be announced, because who knows, it might just be Katamari Battle Royale, or it might be Mario Kart or Twisted Metal Battle Royale or Street Fighter Battle Royale. I think it's going to be interesting times, to say the least, that we're gonna get at least one more.
Mega Mania. We're always going to blast each other into oblivion.
Mega Man Battle Royale.
Please don't. Don't ruin something I love.
That's going to happen, dude. Mega Man Battle Royale. You heard it here first on Flavor Text. Thanks for checking out a new episode of Flavor Text. If you enjoyed what you just heard, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn notifications on, leave a like, and drop a comment down below. We'll see you next time.